Good afternoon, everybody. Missy Mimies here jumping in. It is Sunday, April 25th, 2021, about 1:27 p.m. West Coast time. We've got not a lot happening today, you guys. Not a lot. Largest quake that I'm showing on the map is from yesterday, 4/24. 2021, around like 6:52 p.m. In Indonesia was a 5.0, about 36.5 kilometers. It's pretty deep. Not a lot happening in the earthquake department today, especially on the western side of the Pacific Ring of Fire. So 4.8 in Ruteng, Indonesia. Happening this morning around 11:34 a.m. 48.5 kilometers. That one was pretty deep as well. So that's near the Flores Sea, just to this area of the above the Sabu Sea, Indonesia. Sea. So Ruteng. But not a lot happening out here. It's pretty quiet. And this one also from yesterday, 4.5, about 128.8 kilometers. That is a very deep quake. Also in Gorontalo, Indonesia. So pretty quiet. Pretty quiet. Nothing new. Nothing near the New Zealand, at least nothing 2.5 and greater. Let's see here. 4.5 near the northern Mariana Islands. 523.4 kilometers deep. Wow. That is that's a pretty deep quake there. Wow, my goodness. Yeah, near the Mariana Trench. So yeah, that was this morning at like 3 a.m. Yeah, so 3 a.m. But that's it. Look at this. Very eerily quiet. Eerily quiet along the Japan region. Very, very quiet. And even in Taiwan, very quiet. Like, it's spooky to say the least, okay? I'm not even joking. So, let's see. We're going to pull up all magnitudes and see. Yeah, see, look at that. This is all magnitude, one day, all magnitude, and look at this. Quiet. There is nothing. Like, wow. 4.9, the North Mid-Atlantic Ridge. 10 kilometers was shallow. But that was this morning, about 5:30. But that's it, you guys. There's nothing. And we are on target for sure. Still got some aftershock activity happening up here in Alaska, which is to be expected. It's very active, especially after that quake we just had a few weeks ago, or about a month ago. Now possibly. So 2.4. A lot of microquake activity happening out here. Even look at this. Even the Aleutian Islands, Aleutian Trench, this whole area, the Aleutian Basin, the Kuril Kamchatka Trench, all of that, it is very, very quiet. The Northwest Pacific Basin is silent. It is absolutely crazy. So I agree. I definitely think they're on target for a much larger quake very soon. It's just a matter of time with all this buildup, all this pressure, and all this, and you can tell because we are on target right now. Like there really isn't a whole lot going on in the earthquake department in general. Like, let's see. Even over here, let's see, microquakes today, all along the the eastern part of the plate, we are still moving. There is a lot of there's some good swarms happening over here at Dollar Point, California, in the Lake Tahoe area. And I'm telling you, the highest today, 3.7, is what happened this morning around 8:33 a.m. It was about 1.3 miles deep. It was very shallow, and there's some good swarms going on out here. So we're gonna get into that. This is a very, very interesting area when it comes to the fault systems out here. The West Tahoe Dollar Point Fault Zone is along the California-Nevada boundary area, which is the second only to California coast in earthquake activity in the state of California and Nevada. In fact, it's one of the largest fault systems in this region, which is the Carson Range fault system. It runs for 60 miles along the east face of the Carson Range from Reno to Markleeville. One of the more active faults in this system is the Genoa Fault system, which is capable of producing up to a 7.5 magnitude quake. It's a principal normal fault of the transition zone between the basin and the Range province and the northern Sierra Nevada. So it displays a large and conspicuous prehistoric scarp. 3 trenches were excavated across this scarp, exposing 2 large displacements. They were late Holocene events. 2 of the trenches contained multiple layers of stratified charcoal. So it runs from here down. So let's see if I can't find it on here. Let's see so it's gonna be up here by Reno, right? Is it gonna show it on this map? It should. You'd think it would. Do I have that on? Yeah, I do. Shocked it doesn't. Huh. Yeah, that's odd. Should be showing me these faults. Let's see, this is the East Carson Valley Fault. But it does break up into 4. So let's see the Kings Canyon. So that's why it's actually all one fault system, but it breaks into 4. There it is, right there. See, now it's not going to show once I back out. There it is. So yeah, the Genoa Fault. It runs all through here, all the way here, and down. I think it ends, yeah, it ends there, so. But yeah, so, but it, when they did some excavating, they checked out the trenches, and it contained multiple layers of stratified charcoal, and it yielded radiocarbon ages, suggesting the most recent and penultimate events on the main part of the fault occurred between 5,000 to 6,000 cal BP and 2,000 to 2,200 cal BP, respectively. Its normal slip offsets of 3 to 5.5 meters per event along much of the rupture length, and are comparable to the largest historical basin and range province earthquakes. suggesting these paleo earthquakes were on the order of magnitude 7.2 to 7.5. The apparent late Holocene slip rate, 2 to 3 millimeters per year, is one of the highest in the basin and range province. So based on structural and behavioral differences, the Genoa Fault is here divided into 4 principal sections, which is the Sierra, Diamond Valley, Carson Valley, and Jacks Valley sections, and is distinguished from 3 northeast striking faults in the Carson City area, the Kings Canyon, Carson City, and Indian Hills faults. The conspicuous scarp extends for nearly 25 kilometers, and the combined length of the Carson Valley and Jacks Valley sections. The Diamond Valley section lacks the conspicuous scarp, and older alluvial fans and bedrock outcrops on the downthrown side of that fault indicate a lower activity rate. So activity further decreases to the south along the Sierra section, which consists of numerous distributed faults. So all 3 northeast striking faults in the Carson City area ruptured within the past few thousand years, and 1 or more may have ruptured during recent events on the Genoa Fault. So, and they've actually, the tectonic significance of the northern Sierra Nevada Basin and Range Transition Zone is underscored by a diffuse belt of historical seismicity. And also a geodetic deformation evident from recent GPS results. Numerous historical earthquakes of about magnitude 5 or larger have occurred in this vicinity. So it is capable of producing a large quake of 7.0 or larger. So it's very interesting that, we are seeing these swarms happening here. So if you live in this area, be on guard, because scientists have been studying the faults here since the mid-1990s. So although Lake Tahoe has not had a large earthquake recently, scientists have mapped several previously undiscovered faults here and believe there are many others yet to be found. So they have undertaken detailed structural mapping, trenching, drilling, soil gas profiling, and geophysical studies. So during this process, scientists have uncovered evidence that Lake Tahoe Basin has had prehistoric earthquakes of a magnitude of 7.0 within the past 10,000 years. From extensive study of other Great Basin fault zones, scientists believe that large quakes are rare events in the basin, meaning quakes of magnitude 6.5 or greater occur on individual faults about every 3,000 to 4,000 years. So just be on guard, folks. Anything can happen at any time. It's just pay attention, watch. When we see swarms, we keep an eye out, and there is a lot of buildup out here on the west coast. Let's see, latest quake is another one. Wow, near Vallejo and Novato, just south of Petaluma, in the bay. A 1.2 microquake, but shallow. Come on, gonna do what I want. There we go. Thank you. All right, you guys. Let's see. Having some. Wow. This is on the Calaveras and Hayward faults. Let's not mess with these babies. Woo! They can produce some good sized quakes as well. But yeah, the largest yesterday was a 3.6, Morgan Hill, California, 7.7 kilometers. And then, let's see, I believe this, let's see here. You see, there was a microquake in San Juan Bautista, California, and then a 3.6, and then looks like an aftershock or of a 2.4 following that. So otherwise, there's been, let's see, 1.1 San Juan Bautista. There's been some activity, microquakes along the creeping section, the creeper section. Oh, it makes me laugh every time. Every time. It's so funny. 2.5 in Avenel, California. 10 kilometers. Not a lot to report out here, really. Mostly microquake activity. Some swarms. I don't know, these are swarms. Are these swarms? Swarms? Yeah, in Cobb, California. Jeez, it's just crazy. Let's see. And then a 2.1 was reported yesterday in Petrolia, California. And some movement up here in Washington. Microquakes up near Seattle in that area, on the Seattle Fault Zone. And then a 2.1 in mid to southern Washington here, 18 kilometers below the surface. Oop, I hear my baby. I think she's mad. Okay, guys, I'm probably going to have to cut this short. But Idaho seeing some slight swarm activity on the Sawtooth Fault. This is today. So some activity out here in Stanley, Idaho on the Sawtooth Fault system. With the western plate quiet, the eastern plate is going to be on target. Still some activity out here, still in a interesting line down the San Jacinto Fault system in the Anza section, and then some movement here yesterday in the Salton Sea region and below. So in the Brawley and Imperial Fault system, and see, the Brawley seismic zone. So otherwise nothing, just microquakes today. Still a little bit of buildup out here. Some swarm activity here in Indio, California. The highest being 2.6. And this was all yesterday and a couple today. Still seeing some activity in this region just east of the San Andreas Fault and the Purdue Canyon Fault Zone. So, woo, she's mad. I hear her. She's squeaking. All right, guys, I may have to cut it short here. So, still some activity out here in Ridgecrest, most likely aftershock activity following that large quake that happened out there. So, I'll get into the tremor map really quickly, and then I'm going to head out here. So today, or this is yesterday's. Today's isn't out yet, not until later this afternoon. But 386 epicenters, mostly a lot in the next to the Portland area, Salem, and then down towards Medford. And then a little bit of activity down here on the kind of near my area. This is in the Mendocino area, just to the north of Clear Lake. So yeah, there's a little bit of tremor going on down here as well. There has been another increase 2 days ago, or 3 days ago now. 3 days ago, we were at, let's see, there was quite a bit going on here. 481 epicenters. And then, and then the 23rd, 333 epicenters, kind of moving more south here, and easing up slightly within the Portland area. But then yesterday, Portland picked up more, still a little bit of increase here in the middle between the two, and then another decent increase in Medford, and it moved even more south into the western Northern California region here. So be on guard, guys, because the Pacific Northwest, for the most part, has been in the slow slip area has been very quiet as well. Yes, we've seen activity here. We have been seeing some activity to the north, but following that event, the slow slip event going on in this area, where there was a lot of tremor in this area, which usually you see it more to the north and more to the south, not so much in the slow slip zone here. But there have been quite a bit of silence in this area. There has been quite a bit of quiet over here in the Japan region, and even down here into the Vanuatu, Fiji, Tonga areas. Following that 6.5, it's again very quiet. There isn't even activity here from a aftershock activity. So again, this area is very quiet. New Zealand is very quiet. So there's some buildup. There's definitely something going on. And it wouldn't shock me if we seen larger, deeper movement very soon within these areas. How big, we don't know. It's just a matter of watch, wait, and be prepared. So I'm going to jump off here. We have a quake also down here in Peru, 4.3, 10 kilometers, but some movement here in Guatemala and Mexico. Some movement moving across over here, still New Mexico, and into the plains of Oklahoma. So, magnitude question mark. What? I have to look at this. Okay, hold on. What the heck? Unless 2.1, and then, or maybe they aren't. That is weird. Huh. A magnitude, who knows? I have no clue. That is very, very strange. That happened like, looks like about, but close to an hour ago. So yeah, that's very weird. Maybe it will be marked as like a quarry blast or something. Who knows? But anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off here. Hope you guys enjoyed the update. And there's, still some slight movement over here. 3.8 being the largest in Puerto Rico. And then that 4.9 in the North Mid-Atlantic range. So anyways, I'm going to jump off here. Activity in Hawaii is still active due to volcanic activity. Seeing some more activity here towards the eastern part of the island. So in the Lalani Estates area. So they have a lot of what are those? What is it called? I'm having a moment. Okay, let's see. While I think about that word, I will look at this right now. Since I did not do Hawaii, I don't know if I did it my last update. So let's see here. Bear with me a minute. Oh, fissures. That's the word I was looking for. I was like, wow, I'm having a moment. Don't mind me. Let's see. So, 2.6 near Honolulu, Hawaii, near Mauna Loa. This is negative 3.7 kilometers. So, interesting. Okay, so we have, and then some more movement down here to the south. These are deep. Let's see. Yep, they're still deep. These are still deep, so this indicates, it could indicate some lava movement down there, magma movement, especially with when you have eruptions going on up here. When the major eruption happened back in 2018 in this region, there was a lot of movement here. There was a lot of movement over here and then several giant lava bubbles burst out here in the ocean, because there are volcanoes below the ocean there, in fault zones. Also parts of the fault zones out here. So, which actually, from what I remember, injured some people on a boat who were out there observing during the eruptions. And but there was a lot of earthquake movement here, microquakes at the time as well, and over here near Volcano, and then over here in the Leilani Estates areas. And not long after that major eruption, fissures started opening up in the Leilani Estates area, and actually did a lot of damage to this area, and to the homes and places where people live out there. So it wouldn't shock me if those fissures are starting to most likely see some more lava or magma movement in these areas. Because once they're there, they're there. You can't really get rid of them. And you never know, if another major eruption happens out here, more could open up somewhere or elsewhere. And that's the one thing that's kind of spooky, is a fissure can open up wherever there is a place for it to break through. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna jump off. I've officially covered pretty much. I'm pretty sure I pretty much covered everything here. I was gonna do a short update, but I have no issue with doing a longer one. I quite enjoy it. So, but yes, very quiet, very, very quiet over here, on the western part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Very quiet. So, like I said, it wouldn't shock me if Japan could start seeing more 4.0 plus swarms again. They have been doing that off and on lately, but nothing large, nothing super big has hit. So out here somewhere along here, I have a feeling it's going to be a very large quake could happen very soon. How big, we don't know. When, who knows? It's just a matter. Like I said, just a matter of watch and be prepared. So, all right, guys, I'm jumping off. So have a good day, good night, good morning, wherever you guys are in the world, for wherever you're watching from. Thanks for tuning in, and I will be back next weekend or sooner, depending on more movement, large quakes, anything like that, if necessary. So have a good day, guys, and stay safe out there. Peace out.